Hello, in this video I want to show you a rare book from my collection. So this is a book that I've had for a while. It was written by A. Kurosh. I love the infinity symbols. It's called Higher Algebra. It's published by MIR Publishers. So this book is rare for two reasons. One, it's out of print, and two, it was published by MIR Publishers, which was, and I don't know if they still are, a publishing company in Russia. So they would take books, math, science books, and they would translate them to various languages. And then these books were used all over the world in different countries. So lots of people all over the world have used this book to learn mathematics. Let's just take a quick look at this book. This one has the dust jacket. Oh, and if I can find any copies, I will leave a link in the description to this video. I don't think I'll be able to find that many copies. I mean, chances are there'll be like 3 or 4 copies or none, but I will do my best and I'll try to leave a link in the description. These books are always fairly expensive, but as a collector, I think they're worth it. I collect things, and to me, these are some of the most collectible math books you can get, the MIR ones. Let's read what it says here. This present textbook on higher algebra is designed for the mathematics departments of universities. It covers the fundamentals of linear algebra, the primary aim of which is the study of arbitrary systems of first-degree equations, which are linear equations, and the algebra of polynomials, where the emphasis is on equations in one unknown, but of arbitrary degree. The attractive feature of this text is the mathematically rigorous presentation of the material coupled with its excellence as an educational tool. Its value is enhanced by the abundance of examples and problems, many of which have been worked out in great detail. The book has gone through 9 editions in Russian, wow, and has been translated into a number of other languages. For many years, it has enjoyed great popularity among students and teachers alike. Interesting, right? And then let's take the dust jacket off so you can see what it looks like without the dust jacket in case you do find a copy on the internet. So pretty cool. Having the dust jacket on the book makes it more valuable, so typically you'll pay more money for copies with the dust jacket. And here it has like a stamp. Perhaps this is where it was purchased, and it has a RS11, New Century Bookhouse Private Ltd. See if we can find some copyrights on this. MIR Publishers. Be very careful with this book. And this one was translated by George Yankovsky. He's translated several books by MIR Publishers. I have other books that were also translated by George Yankovsky. And here's the publishing dates. So this is first published in 1972, second printing was in 75, third printing in 1980, and this is the English translation, MIR Publishers, 1980. Here's the contents. Systems of linear equations, determinants, then general theory, the algebra of matrices, complex numbers, polynomials and their roots, quadratic forms, and linear spaces. Let's turn the page here very carefully to handle this one with care. You know, these are expensive, and again, they're really hard to find. I'm not going to be able to find another copy, and if I do, again, it's quite expensive. Euclidean spaces, evaluating roots of polynomials, fields in polynomials, polynomials and several unknowns, polynomials with rational coefficients, normal form of a matrix, and then groups. Let's read the part of the introduction and see what it says here. The education of the mathematics major begins with the study of 3 basic disciplines: mathematical analysis, analytic geometry, and higher algebra. These disciplines have a number of points of contact, some of which overlap. Together they constitute the foundation upon which rests the whole edifice of modern mathematics. And here it goes on and talks more in depth about those topics. Let's turn the page. It's a bit of a smudge there. There's some food maybe from the 70s or 80s, I don't know. Or maybe it's a bug. I think it's a bug that was killed or found in the book. I'm not going to smell that. But I will smell the book here. Just give it a whiff. Nice, pleasant smell. The method of successive elimination of unknowns. It talks about systems of equations and how to solve them. And determinants. Interesting book. So it's a book for learning. 9 editions in Russian. That's quite a bit. That book has been around for a long time, it seems. Let's go here. Let's go to this approximation of roots. What's this? Oh, Newton's method. Wow. This is something you learn perhaps in a Calculus 1 course. Newton's method is very, very beautiful. It's a great, great technique. So it's a method of using tangent lines to approximate the solutions to equations. Right? So you can use tangent lines, and basically you have infinitely many tangent lines, and where they cross the x-axis, those zeros, those intersection points with the x-axis, those x values where it crosses, that forms a sequence that approaches the actual point of intersection of the function. Fields and polynomials, number rings and fields. Cool, right? It's got a lot of stuff in it. What did it say here? Let's read a little sentence or two, see what it says here. In the earlier parts of this book, we have frequently been in a position where we investigated complex numbers or only real numbers with the proviso that the results obtained hold true if we restrict ourselves to the real numbers, or correspondingly that they carry over word for word to the case of any complex numbers. As a rule, in all of these cases, it might be noted that the theory would hold true completely if we confined ourselves solely within the scope of the rational numbers. The time has now come to indicate the reasons for this parallelism, and thus enable us to present the material which follows in its natural generality, that is to say, in accepted algebraic language. To do this, we introduce the concept of a field, and also the broader concept, which plays a subsidiary role in our course, of a ring. Cool. So you do some stuff with number rings and fields, and here you have really basic properties that they're showing, about number rings and fields. There's the additive identity, 0 sub a. So typically things you would see in an abstract algebra course. So it has a lot of topics in it that you would see in a variety of math courses taught. So you're getting just a lot of mathematics that comes from all kinds of courses. You can't really find a course today that you take in college that has all of this. There's no comparable course. This is just a book on higher algebra, and it's just got so much knowledge in it, beyond just basic algebra, right? It's just got tons of stuff. So interesting book here. And it says here on the back flap something about the author. Apparently he is no longer with us. The late Professor Alexander Kurosh, DSc, for many years held the chair of higher algebra at Moscow University. Kurosh's investigations in the field of higher algebra represent a substantial contribution to modern mathematics. Wow. Especially his fundamental research in the theory of groups. Kurosh's publications have invariably aroused a lively interest among algebraists, particularly his books, The Theory of Groups and Lectures in Higher Algebra. I don't think I have those, which have become standard texts for universities in the Soviet Union and a number of other countries. Both books have been translated to English. Yeah, wow. Wow. Interesting, right? Great book. So just wanted to show you one of the books from my collection. Yeah, very, very interesting look into a rare math book. If you want to learn math, I do have courses. They're on the Udemy platform, but if you decide to check them out, please use the links through my website, mathsorcerer.com, as it helps me greatly. Also, if you use those links, I've lowered the prices on my courses, so you do get a low price. I'm pretty sure you do, because I've lowered the prices to make them as low as possible. If you feel like you found any value in this content, consider hitting subscribe if you want to. And also, I do have another channel on fitness. It is called The Fitness Sorcerer. Anyways, I just wanted to show you a book published by MIR Publishers. It's one of my more rare mathematics books that I collect. I have hundreds of math books, and these are special because they're so hard to get. And the fact that these were the ones that were chosen to be translated says something about the book, right? 9 editions, right? Think about all the books that were published in Russia. How many did MIR Publishers decide to translate? Well, this is one of them, so I think that makes it a great book. And people all over the world have used this book, right? So, especially people in other countries. I feel like people in Latin American countries especially, there's a lot of books in Spanish by MIR Publishers. Anyways, until next time, good luck. Keep doing mathematics.